Deep in the shadows, I know it's hard to put one foot in front of the other.
Hi guys, welcome to Talking Sense. My name is Cecilia. If you're new on this channel, I post fragrance related content and would very much appreciate you joining this family. Now, to those who are already part of the family who have subscribed, thank you so much for the continued support. I have had a number of requests for people wanting strawberry scented fragrances, and I was actually going to post a full fragrance, recommendations video, but I thought to attend to the strawberry request one because that's been coming in my comment section repeatedly. So I do have a couple of fragrances here that I'm going to recommend to you that do have the strawberry note incorporated in them, and I'm going to explain to you to what extent the strawberry is doing what. I guess the request for strawberry scented fragrances, guys, is coming from the fact that most of Middle Eastern houses of late have been giving us gourmands, fruity gourmands centered on that strawberry note, of late being that Yara candy. So it probably prompted a lot of people to want to know more about that note, or perhaps it is just a note that you guys are interested in. So before I get into this, I'm going to just give you a brief background of what the strawberry note does in a fragrance. It does, of course, give off that fruity nuance to a fragrance. It can interpret as fizzy, can interpret as tart, all depending on how it is mixed with a creamy feel there, or something that bounces off as creamy, can come across as fluffy, it can be fun, it can even come across as grown. So it just depends on how the strawberry note in itself is used. Now, I'm going to give you examples of some fragrances with a strawberry note here, and I'm going to leave the decision, of course, entirely up to you as to which one kind of ticks your fancy. Number one is going to be Jazab Gold from the House of Art Al Zafran, right? I'm going to spray this one. All of them, I'm going to spray them on tester papers. All of them are not new, but they do incorporate that strawberry note. Now, Jazab Gold, to my nose, feels like a fusion of Le Nuit Tresol together with La Folie. Now, La Folie doesn't list the note of strawberry, but Le Nuit Tresol does. Both of these fragrances have the rose note, in them. So they're going to give you the rose, the pink pepper there, to expect some lychee, the pear from both of those fragrances. Now, why I say this kind of feels like a fusion of than an outright clone of Le Nuit Tresol is I don't get that dark gothic feel in this, or that incense feel that I get from Le Nuit Tresol, which can come across as stuffy and doing a little bit too much for some. This centers mostly on that fruity, fizzy feel, which I will attribute, of course, to that strawberry, giving it a fun take, but also being a fragrance that even a grown person will appreciate. So this does not have a juvenile feel, but it does have a perfect balance of the fruitiness there. And if you like strawberry, we'll get a decent dose of it in Jazab Gold. It is the first one on the lineup, guys, from Art Al Zafran. I'm going to be throwing honorable mentions in the mix there. Second is going to be a fragrance from the House of Latafa. I had the privilege to smell Sir Al Khalud not so long ago, and I was a little bit taken aback there as to how underrated it is, how people have not given attention to that fragrance. But that is a strawberry scented fragrance. Now, why I don't have it is it was just a tester that was there in the store and they didn't have any of it left. It's a two-toned bottle. It's a square bottle there. One side is darkish, the other side is transparent. And that is a fragrance that incorporates the strawberry notes, the fruity notes there. It's also got a sugar note, candy note there. It doesn't feel Middle Eastern to my nose, and I thought to drop it here as a recommendation for anybody who's looking for, of course, a fruity scent that is centered on the strawberry note. Now, number three, guys, is going to be Kashaf. Now, this is an example of one of the fragrances that will incorporate the strawberry note but may not come across as smelling anything at all like strawberry based, and I thought to add it here. I'm going to give you vivid strawberry scented fragrances. Don't worry about that. I'm just giving you examples here, guys, so that if you look at a note pyramid and then you just rush and purchase a fragrance, you don't get disappointed. Kashaf from the House of Latafa. This is my second bottle. I had two bottles because this was dirt cheap, and I decided to buy a backup one. I gifted and I kept the other one. This is a fragrance that certainly needs maceration, and mine decided or started to interpret very close to that Xershov La Capitale, something that I was very much in denial of after a year. So this needs a lot of sitting, but you may be lucky to be one of those that actually purchased it off a seller that's had it set for a long time. So part of the maceration process would have been, done and dusted. This, guys, is going to give you more of a leather note, a ginger note. It's going to be fizzy, it's going to be spicy, it's going to be waxy there, but there is an underlying fruitiness to this fragrance. So in as much as it's animalic, it's balsamic, with that leather kind of confused using everything in the mix there. There is a strawberry incorporated in this fragrance. However, why it's here is, to me, is going to be that strawberry that perhaps a male is going to appreciate more than a woman would, because it doesn't make the strawberry note the star of the show. It does interpret that Zerge of La Capitale to a T. I did get the little tester of Zerge of La Capitale, and I did actually review both of them, I think, a couple of months ago. And I did indeed tell you that, in as much as I was in denial that this could have anything to do with La Capitale, because it came off as very timid, very like non-communicative to me when I got it initially, it is indeed at par with that La Capitale. So if you're looking for a fragrance that's going to give you wafts off, rather being a more of a leather, birch tar, animalic style of fragrance, then this is going to be it. So don't rush for this because it says strawberry. However, it does incorporate the strawberry note. It is kashaf. Now, fifth on the lineup, guys, is going to be this one. If you want something that's slap in the face strawberry, I know this looks a little bit childish, okay, but these have actually wowed me from the house of Grandeur. This is Tabby's strawberry cheesecake. This perhaps is what most of those comments that I was getting are after, okay. This is going to be slapping the face strawberry, young, fun, juvenile, sweet, even gourmand is going to give you that interpretation of, you know, a sweetened feel of that strawberry, but the strawberry mixes with a cheesecake here, so you are to expect a bit of some creaminess going on in the background, and it does you know, interpret as a fragrance that's gonna be perfect on its own or ideal for layering. So these are pretty new. If you guys can't get them, no problem, I still have more recommendations here, but I thought to just drop it here because this one's going to be one obvious strawberry one that you may want to check out. The sixth one on the lineup is going to be Viva Viola from the house of Ajmal, and in as much as the bottle looks fun and you know, youthful and stuff, this is a mix of strawberry and raspberry with a little bit of a grown feel there because it incorporates the florals. It comes across as light and airy and fresh, so this I wouldn't call fluffy. This is going to be a fruity style of a fragrance with that strawberry, but probably appealing to somebody who loves airy grown style of fragrances. The fruitiness in this does not give me a jammy feel, which sometimes strawberry can give you. However, that strawberry comes carrying the floral, so it becomes a perfect balance of that fruity floral mix there. Strawberry, raspberry is what you're going to get in here, vibing almost the same as Montpellier. From the house, of course, of YSL is Ajmal Viva Viola. Could check it out if you're looking for that you know, style of fragrance. The next one, guys, is going to be Rave Now. Rave 9 is a subsidiary of Latafa. Now, this is going to be a burst of that strawberry there, and this strawberry in here has an underlying creaminess. This draws its inspiration from Burberry Her, the one in the pink, right? I'm going to show you an elixir one just after this so that you can make your choice whether you're looking for the Burberry Her or you're looking for the elixir. So this vibes a lot like the Burberry Her. It's going to have that strawberry note in the forefront there. It's going to have a creamy accord there. This one is quite sweet. This one, it vibes as pretty, if I can you know, describe a fragrance as that, pretty in the sense that it gives me 90% feminine vibes. So yes, this is a very strawberry forward fragrance with an underlying creaminess there, some florals in there, a sweetness as well, but not a jammy sweetness as well, but it does have a sweetness here. So this is probably going to interpret the strawberry in its vividness as perhaps what a lot of people are after when it comes to this video. So this is Rave Now, the pink one from the house of Rave, I guess. Okay, before I forget, let me just show you this one, Optimistic Her, right? Also inspired by Burberry Her, but this time is the elixir. In this one, you are going to get the strawberry as well. This one does exclude perhaps that creamy nuance that I get from the other one, the Rave one. Okay, I think that is the distinguishing factor between the two of them. But say for instance you bought one in place of the other, these are DNAs that kind of vibe in a way that if you like this, you're probably going to like this, and vice versa, without them smelling exactly identical. So this one is going to give you a candy accord there. There is something in here that even reminds me of what they could have borrowed from BR 540 without it being BR 540. So this is going to be after that elixir if you're looking for a smeller like for Burberry Her elixir. This one is from the house of fragrance world. If you can check out websites like Amazon and maybe eBay, you will probably be able to pick this one. So drawing its inspiration, guys, from Burberry Her Elixir is going to be Optimistic Her, and does have that, you know, strawberry note there. So if you're looking for something fruity, this is certainly going to satisfy you. Next up is going to be Montel's Roses Elixir. If you like, or you were bummed when that Miss Dior Cherie was discontinued, this one is going to vibe in that way, okay? And I know that Montels are not exactly on the affordable side for some, but I thought to just give it its flowers, because this is an incorporation of the rose, the strawberry, and the strawberry leaf. So what you're going to get mostly from this one is a tart, that tart feel of the you know, of the strawberry, because of indeed that leaf, that strawberry leaf that they have gone on to add on this does give equal shine to the rose. So do not expect a fragrance that's not going to be rose forward. It's going to be rose forward. It's going to have a freshness to it there. It's going to have also a citrusy accord, so it's going to be fruity because of the strawberry, floral because of the rose, and citrusy because of the citrus accord. But there is something in here that is very much reminiscent to that Miss Dior Cherie by Dior, which was a fragrance that was discontinued, and a lot of you guys love that fragrance a lot. This is the Roses Elixir from the house of Montel. This one is Paris Corner's Juicy Melange, and what you're going to get from Juicy Melange, guys, is a lot of fruits going on in here, okay? So it's going to incorporate that strawberry, it's going to incorporate that peach in there, there's going to be the pear, and there's going to be the black currant. Now there is a twist when it comes to this fragrance. If you are on the hunt for outright strawberry scent fragrances, there's a lot going on in here. There's moss, there's tonka bean in this fragrance. I think there's also the vanilla in there. So it does interpret as a grown fruity scent than it does a juvenile scent. You're going to get a juicy burst there, but it quickly turns into something that's pretty serious there because of the inclusion of the moss and that black currant. Because that black currant adds a green tang to this, but that green tang is going to mix with that, with the other fruits, the plum, the strawberry, the pear, the black currant, and the apple and stuff, giving you something that is not distinctly outright strawberry per se, but just a fruity serving there. But that fruity serving turning into a mature feel of a fragrance where the young nose may find it a little bit strange to carry, but I like how beautifully crafted it is, and I like how different it is. Had to give it its flowers because it does incorporate that strawberry note, especially if you're looking for something that's not like in your face strawberry like this, then this is certainly going to be a recommendation. But do remember that it does incorporate that moss note and that black currant leaf, so it's going to be a little bit green there with a tang. It's not going to be outright fluffy and stuff. It's going to have that tanginess to it there. But that is exactly what I like about Juicy Melange, guys, the last one on the lineup. So that's it, guys. There are a lot more other strawberry fragrances that I could have given you here as recommendations. For instance, the Frosted Cream by Zara. This becomes a strawberry with a magnolia and stuff, but it's discontinued, and so didn't think I should make it the star of the show, but it does have that strawberry candy and that magnolia incorporated. And of course, as I said, there's going to be a lot more fragrances that I didn't list here. This was just limited to my collection, or at least a number of fragrances that we're not going to make this video very, very long. Let me know in the comment section if you have other strawberry fragrance recommendations, and we can discuss more there. Remember to turn on post notifications, guys. That way you get to be notified anytime I upload a video. CeeChronicles is my name. Thank you so much for joining me today. Like and share this video, and remember that smelling good is a form of good manners. Cheers.